Hey guys, yes, my curtains. I still have my childhood curtains, baseball style curtains from my childhood. Whatever. Today is day 24. I thought I'd do something different. Hopefully the audio is not too distorted, but I'm sitting here by the piano, and today's kind of weird. It's a Friday. I don't know. I didn't really get that much done. I mean, I had work, but I had it on autopilot, kind of just going through the motions. Work from home. I don't know. Kind of feeling a little bit melancholic, to be honest. Don't want this to be too loud. Is it too loud? I feel like this is good. Today's day 24. Day 24. That song is that little arrangement is in 6/8, so it's hard for me to concentrate and talk at the same time. But today's day 24. It was pretty average. It's about 9:30. I was gonna practice the piano a little bit sidetracked by I heard this TikTok and I wanted to see what she was playing. So I was spent probably like half an hour, a little bit more, like trying to figure out by ear what she was playing. I finally figured it out, but I don't know, man. I feel weird, to be honest. I don't know if it's because I cut 2 shakes today, but only had 3 so far. Kind of just feeling a little bit down, to be honest. I don't know if it's because it's a Friday night and I'm by myself. I consider myself kind of introverted, but to be honest, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I've just gotten accustomed to being alone. I didn't go to the gym today. I was thinking I'll clean the restroom and I don't know. I think it's moments like this where you kind of have to, use brain fortitude. And you just kind of just think about why you're doing this. Why are you on the journey that you're on? Why are you at the job you're at? Why are you doing what you're doing? You know what I mean? And if you're not in a good place, that might make you sad, and it might make you come to the realization that you're not where you want to be, that you've wasted your time. You know what I mean? Or it could be, something like you started a journey like I did, and days like this can really make you feel lonely, or they can really make you feel like the end is not in sight. The goal is not reachable. And you know what I mean? What is the point, kind of a thing. And I'm realizing now, I think today's day 24 was the hardest day of this thing so far. I don't know, sometimes you have so many dreams, so many goals, so many things you want to do, and you realize maybe it's not reachable, and it's not because it's not possible, but it's because you just, you wasted time, or you didn't put yourself in the position to succeed, and now you're paying the consequences of that. So it is those moments where you kind of have to decide what you're going to be about. Are you just going to bed rot? You know what I mean? Are you just going to tune the world out, put your headphones in, your earphones in? You know what I mean? You're just going to dissociate. You're going to turn back to that thing that you know is going to make you feel good in that moment. Or, like I've been learning, you're going to say, but I'm starting now. And I'm choosing this moment for myself tomorrow. You know what I mean? And you kind of have to just, it's like a lock-in. It's not like a sad boy lock-in. It's not like you know what I mean? It's more of like, I'm gonna get there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get there. And it's gonna take however long it's gonna take. And I was thinking about this earlier today. That life is so beautiful, and you have to find the beauty in pain. You have to find the beauty in sacrifice. You have to be willing to say it's been a pleasure, it's been a privilege to suffer. You know what I mean? Because the only way you know you're lonely is if you've felt the opposite of that. You know what I mean? And you'll never feel content with what you have if it's never been taken away, if you don't know what it is to be without it. And I want to find the joy. I want to be able to say it's been a privilege to suffer, and that suffering doesn't have to be the connotation that we have today of words like suffering, but it can be, it's been a privilege to be in a process. You know what I mean? And that goes to so many things in life, man. There's so many things in life. And for me, it goes to, I've been I kind of bull rush this thing. And I know I can't do it by myself. And I know that I've just haven't, I've strayed, I haven't paid attention to my spiritual life. You know what I mean? I've been kind of wrapped up in myself, even in this journey. It's a fine balance, this journey for me, of being about myself, but also being about, what my life can mean, what does it mean, what should it mean, So, I don't know, to me, what I'm saying makes sense, maybe to you it doesn't. But it's basically, what I'm trying to say is, the world is full of people that at the first moment of pain, and I include myself in that, the first moment of suffering, the first moment of any kind of feeling or thought that we don't like, we kind of retreat. And we lose so much by doing that. And when we look back, we say, I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have gone through that momentary point of awkwardness or pain or suffering or the unknown. What would my life be like if if I just stuck it out, if I just pushed through, if I kept in mind why I was doing something. You know what I mean? When you look at, back in the day, you would go up to a girl and you would say, hey, I think I find you attractive. I would like to take you out. And that, that takes courage from both parties. One to initiate and one to accept. But how many marriages, how many children, how many families, how many memories would have been lost if we would have said, I can't go through that. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to feel that momentary pain. I don't want to feel that momentarily, feeling that I know ultimately is momentary. And momentary can be relative. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean? Maybe that feeling that hurt lasts months, but compare that to a lifetime. You know what I mean? So it's just gotta remember why I'm doing this. Why I'm doing anything in my life. Why am I in the career I'm in? Why am I, everything in my life. You know what I mean? To know that I'll take, for example, I'm taking salsa lessons. I've always loved salsa music. Growing up, I just loved it. I just love it. I just love listening to it. And as I got older, I always wanted to dance. And then I would see other people dance and be like, I wish I could dance. And now I'm doing it. And, I felt really bad and really awkward that first time. There's moments where I'm practicing or I'm taking my lesson and it's like, oh man, I feel embarrassed or I feel this or feel that. But it's helping me. You know what I mean? It's helping me interact with other people. It's helping me. Maybe I meet my wife at one of these, dance lessons. What if I, you know what I mean? What if down the road I meet my wife and she really loves dancing and now I can do that with her? You know what I mean? But it's going to take a process to get there. I'm not a gifted dancer. It's not automatic for me. I have to practice. I have to pay someone to teach me. So it's costing me money. It's costing me time. It's costing me effort. From a mental and an emotional standpoint, it's costing me to put myself out there and put myself in a position of the unknown. And I can say I wish I would have done this, a while back ago. But what can I do now? I can just choose to stick it out. And you know what I mean? It's like that Friday that I went to that social, to that dancing. I felt weird. I felt awkward. I felt bad that I couldn't. That when the moment came for me to dance, I forgot what I learned. And the simple thing would have been, well, that was it. I'm not going to pay for these lessons anymore. I'm not going to go to that social anymore. But I refuse to be the same. I refuse to let myself fall into the same patterns. And that doesn't mean that I'm always going to be good. It's like today, I wasted a lot of time today just scrolling through TikTok and Instagram. You know what I mean? But I do think myself 2 years ago wasted so much more time. And if I think about it, it really makes me sad. But I can say that maybe today was one of those few days lately where I've done that, where I've wasted time like that. And you can be like, oh, well, it's good to have, time for yourself. It's good to relax. And I agree. But in moderation. But putting into perspective everything that I want to accomplish in my life. You know what I mean? I think one of the things that like really hinders us growing up is the thought of separating the week from the weekend. And even when you're in the workforce, that can also be a factor in your life. Because you're like, okay, I'll work hard during the week, and on the weekend, I'll eat whatever I want. On the weekend, I won't go to the gym. On the weekend, I'll just lay in bed. On the weekend, I'll do this. But when you take each day as its own day, and it's not a week, it's not a weekend, you know, I truly think that can change everything. Because I could have been like, oh, my classes are Monday nights. I could have been like, oh, I got work the next day. I'm not going to do that. When I go to the jazz club on Wednesday and just chill, I could be like, oh, I haven't worked the next day. You know what I mean? It's like, there are a lot of these things that we have in our mind that really prevent us from succeeding. You know? So I feel even in this moment talking to you guys, I feel so much better from whenever I started this video. You know, talking to guys, because I can only relate to guys fully. You know, I know that like sometimes late at night we get in our feelings and we start feeling bad about ourselves. You know, I think I need to do a better job of that, of like identifying that and, you know, figuring out solutions. It could be going to bed on time. It could be praying. It could be, am I listening to something or watching something that's going to make me feel some type of way? You know what I mean? Again, that goes to patterns and habits. I don't know, guys. You know, I think now and there in this video I've said something true. But that was my day 24. I hope you guys are well, and that you know, you know, keep going. You know, lapses can happen. I honestly don't want to have a lapse. I feel like I'm the type of person that if I have a lapse, then I won't go back. So maybe that's why this is a little bit harder for me, because I know that I have to go full throttle the whole way. And I can't give myself a break because my brain is wired too badly. And this is going to help me undo those cross wires. So give it all, guys. That was day 24. Whoever's watching, thank you.